Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. It is Monday. It is Monday after a Lions loss, so you know how I'm feeling. Why would you lose? And I had the outfit on. Why would you lose and I had the outfit on? Now I feel like a loser. It is a Monday after a Lions loss, so we're real somber up here in Michigan. Good morning, numbers. Good morning, other people's drama. Good morning, Pamela. Listen, I know we're going to get into Bryant Walsh and their closing arguments, but I don't know a lot about the footballs like the men's is too. But I do know that man was down and that was not a touchdown. If there is a call that can be made for or against the Lions, they're going to go against the Lions. And we're used to it, but it still stings a little bit. Still stings a little bit. Monday after a Lions loss. You see my little holiday sticker down here? I feel like I'm trying to get in the holiday spirit. I told y'all my tree is not up yet. I'm waiting on my baby to get back from school. And while I was out at watching the game, my friends told me that I was wrong for that. Good morning, Helena. My friends told me that I was wrong for waiting on my big baby to put the tree up because I have a little baby. You don't think so? I feel like maybe next year we won't wait for her because clearly she got things to do. But this is my last year. I just wanted to do it one more time with my baby because that baby, that grown one, she was with me shooting in the gym. Okay, she came up through the trenches. I can give her one more traditional tree decorating event. Okay, we have been doing this since she was like 3. We have put on our Christmas music and our Christmas pajamas and we decorate the tree. And I just was not feeling right about doing it without her. But all my friends tell me I was wrong. But F them. She does, and that's what I told him, Helena. She has a little small tree in her room, and she has a tree at her dad's house. So it's not like she's missing a tree. It's just over here. I gotta wait on my big baby. I miss my baby, and we gotta do it together. Next year, she'll be officially grown and she can go on about her business because it is late. She was supposed to come home earlier and put up the tree, and then she got busy. So we probably won't do that next year. But this year, I'm waiting on my little baby. She does care. Number, she cares. And that's the thing. If I when I told her, I said, we're gonna put up the tree. And she said, no, I'm coming home. If she would have said she didn't care, I would have put it up. I would have been like, oh, okay. But she cares too, even though she tried to act like she don't miss us, like she's just having the time of her life at college. She miss us. She miss us. Anywho, it is Monday. We are still in deliberations. The little baby, no, she doesn't care because like I said, she misses her sister. I think she would want to do it with her sister. And she has a small tree in her room and she has a tree at her dad's house. So she don't care. Um and she hasn't even mentioned it. So I don't even know if she doesn't notice because she has a tree in her room and she has a tree at her dad's house, but she really doesn't mention it. Um but anywho, okay, we're still in deliberations and a lot of people thought they were going to come back Friday. I didn't. Remember I said I think they're going to do a day and a half because listen, guys, they're taking too long. No, Kim, because listen, remember, they got stacks and stacks of Anna and her sad dudes text messages. Give me a minute to read those. I mean, they're not going to sway me one way or the other, but I'm nosy. Give me a minute. They didn't introduce those in trial, so this will be the first time they see them. Give me a minute. I'm gonna read all of these. And matter of fact, we might take dramatic parts. Who want to play Anna? Who want to play fast style? Give me a minute. I think they're arguing about murder one or murder two, which is I understand, but annoying. I understand, but it's annoying. Um, because it's almost giving him first of all, I'm just talking. Is the right mic connected? How do I sound? Um, it's giving him too much. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like he's getting away with something because he decided to chop her up. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Don't give these murderers no options. I could kill her and get murder one, or I could get rid of the body and possibly get out on parole one day. That is crazy. I like that the prosecutor ended her closing argument with that. Don't let him benefit from not having the body here. But we're gonna go through it. So, um, oh my gosh, what did you guys think about them talking about the boys' impact statements? Did y'all catch that when they're going to be impounded, so we're not going to see them or hear them, but they're working with Children Family Services to get their impact statements. Oh my God. It really doesn't matter whether they come back murder one or murder two. That judge is going to give him the highest sentence she can possibly give him on all three of those charges. So he'll never see the light of day again. But I think if those boys, if anything in their impact statement says anything about how they miss their mom, how they're mad at their dad, life, throw away the key, put them under the jail. Those poor babies. And that oldest one has to be about what, 9 or 10 now? I wonder if he can articulate the fact like, Dad, you took me to the store with you to buy equipment to cover up the fact that you were chopping up and disposing my mother. I don't know if he's old enough to articulate or even recognize that yet, but if he is, OMG. So sad. So sad. I'm still flabbergasted that there is no one in that whole family, not a cousin, not a distant auntie, not a distant godmother that could come and get those boys out of state confinement. Aaron, we got snow here too, and it's icy snow. It's cold as hell. It's heavy, and I'm tired of it. Um, I just feel like there's no one, nowhere that could come get those. Grin, what's his name? Why you can't get the boys? You ain't doing nothing. You got time. It seems like you got money. What you doing, best friend? You can't come get. There's no way my best friend's child would be in state care. Point blank in the period. That's why I told y'all that girl was not her best friend. I told y'all that girl was not her best friend. If my best friend was murdered, there's no way her children are in state custody. Absolutely fucking not. We're gonna make it work over here. I just that is bizarre to me. That's bizarre to me. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about, but it is bizarre to me that those children are in state custody. I don't know. Maybe it's because until he's convicted, he still has some say so about who they go to. I don't know. I want to know though. I'm gonna look it up. I just can't get over it. Maybe that's what it is. That until he's actually sentenced, he has some say so over what happens to them. But I'm just Numbers, maybe it has to be family only, but they're not in family care and foster care, so shouldn't it be at least somebody they know over strangers? I don't know. That just bothers me every time I think about it, y'all. Y'all know I love the kids, even though I can't stand them sometimes. But every time I think about the innocent children and all of this mess, like it just bothers me. Like I'm still wondering where Wendy Adelson's sons are at and what they look. Do they is they giving her a bombastic side eye? No, we can't prove you did it, but we think you killed our daddy. Uh, I don't know. It's just so sad, and it just bothers me so much. But anywho, um, no, not her, not Mama Walsh. Mama Walsh helped him get rid of that body. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. So we get the defense closing, and let me tell you something. You want to piss me off? You want to see me go 0 to 10 real quick? Gaslight me. Why to tell me something is one thing when I know it's another thing, and you know it's another thing, and I know you know it's the other thing, but you try to tell me it's one thing. I don't know if that made sense, but I'm telling you, it's the fastest way to make me crash out. It's almost like I black out. Like I almost forget that I'm me when somebody intentionally gaslights me. That's how I felt during the entire defense closing. I remember at one point, what did he say? He was talking about whatever. First of all, he told them they have to prove motive. No, they don't. I was very concerned that the prosecutor was not objecting during his closing argument a lot more. It makes me feel like I told y'all before, are these prosecutors new? Are they being careful? Or are they just overly confident, which is crazy because you never should be that confident. You should never be that confident on either side. There's always a wild card. You should never just be like, I don't got to deal with that because I already know. No. You should always try your case like you might lose it. Ask Karen Reed 1.0 defense team how they felt after that hung jury when they just know they had it in the bag. He's like, what did he say? They're saying they have marital problems. There's no proof of that. You know what there's also no proof of? That this lady just dropped dead. There's no proof of that too. But you gonna get up here and argue that over and over and over again. I hate that he kept saying Brian was scared. Brian was nervous. Objection. Objection. Facts not in evidence. We don't know how he felt. We don't know what he was doing. You know why? Because he decided he wasn't going to testify, which is his rights. But then you don't get up to get up here in closing and testify for him. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Because the only reason the prosecutor let you ask those questions of the medical examiner is because we all assumed that Brian was going to testify. So the fact that he got up in his defense and still went with the spontaneous death routine annoyed the shit out of me. And I was just waiting for the prosecutor to say something, and they didn't. And I was just very confused by that. I was very confused by that. It did feel like he was a little bit off his game. And I think he was thrown off his game because he had probably prepared a closing using some of what he thought Brian was going to stay on the stand. And then he didn't get on the stand. So he had to try to weave it in a different way. But even still, some of it was like, sir, that is facts, not in evidence. And why are this prosecutor sitting down not telling him that? Don't tell me what Brian was feeling. We don't know. Then, then he said something like, if he had killed her, how to clean up a body after murder would have been the first search. So you trying to tell me you're trying with a straight face. Okay, with the straight face, you're telling me that if I kill someone and search cars and bank account and then how to get rid of a body after murder, as long as it's the third search, I must have didn't intend to kill her. Are you out of your mind? Are you out? Like that is when I would have checked out with him. Like, sir, now you playing. Now you're playing. And I'm gonna need you to sit down. I'm gonna need you to sit down. Now you playing with me. Now you trying to play me like I'm stupid. And I just feel like he did the best he could with the very bad facts, on top of the fact that he thought Brian was gonna testify. And so you just gotta get up there and look stupid. I'm not saying that man looks stupid. I'm saying that man looks stupid because you don't even believe you. It's just something about the way he delivered that closing that made me feel like you don't even believe you. And so you know I can't believe you. You don't even believe the bullshit that's coming out of your mouth. You don't believe that. Why are you talking about cross contamination when we've already agreed and you've already stipulated that this is her and his blood and DNA? You trying to tell me that the blood got on those slippers because they were smashed together with other stuff? Well, why isn't everything soaked in blood, sir? They didn't just smash that shoe and the rug together. They smashed it all. Why? Where is everything else that should be smashed in blood? If anything got cross contaminated, the shoes cross contaminated everything else, not the other way around. But why are you arguing cross contamination? Like it's like he's trying to use his typical defense backstories. I mean, strategies, but they don't work for here because there's things you've already admitted. Why are you using the old cross contamination? Why are you using that? Nobody believes you. It's so frustrating. I was so annoyed the whole defense closing because I just felt like I was sitting in the middle of a gaslighting cyclone and it messes with my brain chemistry. I don't understand when somebody tries to gaslight me or do what I perceive as gaslighting, I literally flip out. I literally flip out. I can't take it because I'm not dumb. Don't ever try to play me like I'm dumb. Don't ever try to play me like I wasn't there. We were all there. What are you talking about? Anywho, then we get to the prosecutor's closing, which I thought was good. I thought it was good. I liked that they went chronologically. This is what happened then, and this is what happened now. I like that they proved premeditation. I don't know. I don't know if I feel like they could have pushed intent a little bit more. Um, but I definitely think they proved he was planning something. He was planning something. No grown person loses their phone and don't look for it unless they plan to be without it. Unless they plan to be without it, i.e., Brian Higgins. They want it gone. They don't want it tracking their location. Prosecution did a good job on their closing. I appreciated bringing all together, because when you get a dump of information like this, like a trial like this, where there's so much dates and times and Google searches with different timestamps and dates, and everybody's calling back and forth. If you're not a very good note taker as a juror, all that shit can get bumbled in your head, and you can be like, wait, did that happen before or after? When was that? Was that the 24th or the 26th? What? So bringing it all back to them in a linear fashion was what they needed, because they can go, this is what happened on Christmas, this is what happened after Christmas, this is what happened on the first and the second and the third and the fourth. And all of it points to this man murdered her, chopped her up. I love that she said he keep on, like, I would have listened. I just would have responded to everything Tipton said. He kept on saying this loving wife, his loving wife, his loving wife. Who in their right mind can take a hatchet to their loving wife? A wife they love so much. Because what's the reason? They don't want their boys to think they did anything to her. Well, you did something to her now. If they didn't think it before, they think it now. I think we have a verdict before noon today. I think they read the text messages. I think people like to come up with a decision, and then if it's a weekend, they like to go home and sleep on it. I think we have a verdict by noon today, and I think it's guilty. And I'm praying that it's guilty of murder one, but I'll take a murder two. I'll take it, because I know that the judge is going to sentence him on those other charges, and he's never getting out of prison. I want to know who else has an impact statement. Where is Anna's family? Where is her family? Something is strange, you guys. I cannot get over the fact that those boys are in state custody. Something is weird about what's going on in that family. The fact that we didn't hear from any family about what she would regularly do, where she would regularly go, how she would regularly spend her time. Something is strange. I can't put my finger on it, but something is giving me the ick about the background of this whole thing. Because where are they? I know. Hey, Brock. I know that her mother's in Serbia. I know that her mother's older and was sick. But y'all, how sick would you have to be to not fly wherever to attend your child's son, daughter, whoever, their murder case? I mean, I would have to be in hospice. If I'm not in hospice, I'm going wherever my baby is. Like, have they had her a funeral? Have they had her a memorial and like laid her to rest? I know they don't have a body, but I don't know, y'all. Something about this whole situation is giving me the ick, and I was just thinking about it all weekend, especially after I heard that they were getting the impact statements from the Children and Family Services. Something is strange over there. Why is it the only person we ever see is Brian's Skeletor, Jack Skellington looking as mother? Where is everybody else? They said her sister's in Canada. Canada's nowhere. Canada's nowhere. Maybe I feel like Canada's nowhere because I'm in Detroit and it's literally like a 25-minute drive. But still, Canada's nowhere. It's definitely a 2-hour plane ride. What's going on? Somebody get in there and do some investigative journalism about this family. It's weird. Something is off. The fact that she's just able to tell him she got crushes on all of these people is weird. Something's wrong. I don't know what. I don't know what, but something's giving me the ick. I wonder who's going to have impact statements. I'm sure Jim, maybe the best friend, and I'm going to hit her with the quotes every time I say best friend, because go get your best friend's kids out of state custody. Um, but is the mother going to mail in a letter? Like, I don't know, you guys. Something is strange. Something is strange. I think we get a verdict by noon today. Um, and I just think they had really good facts. But I think if there were any more controversial in dispute facts, this prosecutor team would have lost this case. I just don't think they were good. I don't think they were aggressive enough. I think they rested too much on, well, of course, everybody's going to think what we think. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that, because I know that they're wishing they would have objected to that opening. Yes, Pamela, like they just happened, this happened to be a really good factual case for them. But even though it's a really good factual case, that's why they don't have a verdict yet. And that's why they're back there debating one or murder two. Because I just think they were just a little too laid back, a little too not on their game. I wonder if they wish they would have objected to that opening and said he's not going to say that right now. If he wants to delay his opening until they start their case, then that's what he's going to have to do. But we ain't going to talk about what this defendant is going to say until we're sure he's going to testify. That's what an aggressive prosecutor would have done. Because he has right up until the moment of testifying to say he's not going to testify. And now the jury has heard this mess from nowhere. And when he got up there talking about how Brian felt in his closing, if he want to tell us how he feel, he can get up on the stand. They just sat there. They just sat there. Even when he was questioning the ME, they just sat there. I'm sure expecting Brian to testify, but then you call your own expert. You do that with your own expert, because as of right now, we don't have any facts and evidence that this woman died miraculously. It's irrelevant at this point. You could sit up there and ask him about scoliosis. Who gives a shit? I just think this prosecutor team was a little too laid back and a little too comfortable. A little too comfortable. And it was okay because of the facts they have. If there was any more disputed facts about this case, it'll be a tighter fight with this prosecution team. I don't know. They were just kind of annoying me. I felt like they had a lot more objections they could have raised. I felt like they had a lot more talking they could do. In that closing, I did like how she methodically went step by step by step. You could tell she was reading, but in your reading, you didn't counteract anything the defense was saying. It's almost like they were sitting there during the defense closing and not taking any notes. It's just like, whatever, it doesn't matter what he's saying. I'm just going to say what I'm going to say. Okay. Okay. But what you never know, the thing, like, they're just too comfortable, because you never know. There could be a juror up there like, yeah, defense, that makes sense. That makes sense. And then you get up there and you don't dispel any of that bullshit they said. And now they're in the jury room like, well, the prosecutor didn't change. She didn't say it was wrong, did she? She didn't say it was wrong, did she? You never know. Juries are weird because people are weird. And there's always that one. Y'all been in school, but listen, juries are just like school, especially college, but just school, period. There's always that one person in your class that knows everything about everything, that natural contrarian, that person that has to be the devil's advocate. Shut up. But just like that in school, there's always that person on the jury. Always. 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 Do y'all remember that from Mad TV? Always. There's always that person in the jury. Well, playing devil's advocate, do you think, and unless somebody is on the jury that's very strong, very opinionated, to be like, no, that's stupid, then they could get people to follow their path. And this prosecutors just they were just a little too comfortable for me. And I don't know if it was just like their first time, their first couple of time. I don't know. Mm, no, sometimes, Helena, you do have to play devil's advocate, but not when we're talking about the devil. You don't got to advocate for the devil all the time. Sometimes you don't got to advocate for the devil all the time. Um, I think is at least, I don't want to say half and half, but I think there's at least four, maybe five people on that jury who want murder one, and the rest are murder two, and they're arguing about that. And while I could definitely, again, I can understand somebody arguing with me about why they don't think they proved premeditation and intent. I can understand. Intellectually, I can understand your argument. Practically, I don't give a fuck. Practically, I don't give a fuck. Send that motherfucker to jail, under the jail, below the jail, the deepest, darkest pits of the jail, and send them right back to where they attacked them at. Let them do it again. Let them do that shit again. Okay, wherever they tried to stab his ass, put him back in that cell. Please and thank you. Don't care. Um, that is very hypocritical of me. I understand. But really not, because he's already admitted to chopping her up. Like, chopping her up is enough. You do understand. Like, I don't care if they prove that she actually did die in her sleep. Chopping her up is enough to put you under the jail. You are sadistic. And I don't want you amongst the regular folk. Okay? Leave you where you at. Because who thinks of that? You have been waiting to chop up a motherfucker, if you ask. And I want to look for other body parts because I'm not sure you didn't do this before. Like, I'm straight on you. I don't care if they prove she had an aneurysm. If they also prove that he chopped her up, send him to jail forever. Forever, forever. Because that's strange. And I don't want you in gen population. Okay? Right here. Any hootie. Like, that's enough for me. He chopped her up. That's crazy. That's insane. Went to the stove, got a hacksaw, and hacked away at this woman. Insane. Put him under the jail. Dexter, we don't need you out here. We are good if you never are seen again. And his wife, it's not a stranger. It's not a stranger. I would be more inept to let you out if it was a stranger. It was your wife. You saw this lady every day for years. Bear your children. And you laid her dead body on a tarp and went to hacking? Yeah, you stay in there and think about what you've done forever. Who's gonna put who, you think I'm gonna put some children back in the house with you? Them kids would be scared as hell. Make sure you eat your vitamins, because if you die, your daddy gonna chop your ass up. No, I don't care. So intellectually, I can understand the argument for murder too. Practically, I don't give a shit. Put him away. Put him away. And I think she will. I think she will. It's really just the semantics at this point. He's never getting out of jail. And I think he knows that, which is weird why he would go through this. Like this whole trial is a victim of his narcissism. That's what it is. You know that you are never getting out of jail, right? You know that they're not ever going to come back not guilty. You know that, right? Or maybe he doesn't. Maybe his narcissism believes he might get a not guilty. You think he believes that? Do y'all think he believes that? I don't even think I remember Tipton asking them for a not guilty. Now that I'm thinking about it, he may have, but I don't know if I remember it. He may have. I don't know. He may have asked for a not guilty. I don't even remember it. But did you really think somebody's going to be like, you know what? I know that you chopped her up. I know that you went to all those stores with a shopping list, even used that girl's gift cards. I know that you started to pretend and call all of these people and act like she was missing, even though you had already chopped her up. I know that you gave police all these interviews with these whole big lies, even though you knew that you had already chopped her up. I know that you went around to different numbers and made sure she would never be found again, but not guilty. You don't believe that, sir, do you? Maybe he does. Maybe he does. I don't know. Any hootie, I'm gonna get to work. I think we have a verdict by 1 p.m. 1:15. By 1:15, we have a guilty verdict. Ugh. Because juries be overthinking sometimes, I'm gonna go verdict by 1:15, murder two. And I don't know if she's gonna sentence him today, but when she sentences him, he's gonna be there for the rest of his life. So I'm not really bothered. I'm not really bothered. But we'll see. We'll see. If the verdict comes back and I'm not like in a meeting, maybe we'll go live and watch it together. What do you guys think? Even though there'll probably be 7 other people watching the verdict too, but we'll see. If I'm not busy, if I'm not in a meeting, if I don't have anything to do, maybe we'll go live and watch it together. What do you say? That might be nice. That might be fun. Any hootie, happy Monday. I hope you guys are having a happy holiday season. Hope you have a good day. I will numbers. Um, Hope you have a good rest of your week. I hope all your kids are super excited about Christmas and everybody is just thankful and blessed. And we'll see what the verdict is. What did I say? 1:15? Yeah, 1:15. I'm stick with that. I'm gonna stick with that. Put my money. I wish they had a FanDuel betting app. Put my money on 1:15, murder two. Give me 10 on it. Give me 10 on 1:15, murder two. Y'all have a good day. I'll make sure y'all take care of yourselves and each other, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Bye, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.